Everybody, my name is Bruce Krentz. I'm going to MC this press conference. I'm going to MC the rest of the day. I feel like I know everybody in here, so it's almost awkward introducing myself, but I did anyways. Welcome everybody. We've got two really exciting announcements for you coming up. I'm not going to tell you what they are, but I'm going to introduce a few people that will. Tim Johnston, who's with Friends of the Games, and Saya Grgoski will be up shortly to make a big announcement around our Friends of the Games. But first, I have Pat Kirby, who is Senior Games Manager. Oh, that's right. Okay, let's do another restart. Paul, you'll have to edit this. You got that, right? The magic of television. This is going to be great. I was so excited to get to the Games logo announcement that I kind of skipped over the two bosses that I have for the next 10 months. So Sandra Ross Hitch and Murray Kissick are our Games chairs, and I'm going to introduce them now to make a few opening remarks. Just around the announcements, I'll bring up.
Don't look at me weird like in the paper, okay?
Yeah, there was a photograph taken of us when we were talking, and I was looking at him and saying, oh, okay, I didn't know that. Anyway, I just want to welcome everybody here, and we're thanking you for your support, thanking you as volunteers for coming out, and we're thanking Sport Manitoba for being here tonight.
And certainly, I want to follow that along with Sandra. We work as a team, and of course, seeing the team we have out here in front of us, just let people of Sport Manitoba know that you are getting a lot of good people that are going to be doing a lot of good things to make sure this Games works. And when we get going through this later tonight, and certainly tomorrow, when we're going to be hating each other by the end of it, it'll be a wonderful thing.
And I'd just like to welcome any guests in the house tonight, and welcome anybody that's just observing at this time, and we're thanking for you to coming out and the press for being here.
Absolutely.
Thanks, that's it.
Top shelf, you heard it here first. It's going to be a wonderful thing. This is what you've all been waiting for. I know you thought this was going to happen a lot sooner, but we're going to do it now. Pat Kirby's the Senior Manager Games from Sport Manitoba, came all the way from Winnipeg to help us make a giant logo announcement. It wasn't big enough that Thompson decided, chipped in to host the Games, but they're rolling out the red carpet for us. So Pat, come tell us all about it.
Thanks, Bruce. Good evening. We're very excited to gather this weekend to share all your committee plans in preparation for the upcoming Manitoba Games in March of 2018. To start the weekend off, it gives me great pleasure to make a very special announcement. The Games will have a new look going into Thompson as Sport Manitoba unveils its new logo for the 2018 Manitoba Winter Games, powered by Manitoba Hydro. The new logo prominently features Manitoba's Hydro's signature blue, representing their ongoing support as title sponsor of the Games, while still carrying over the pieces of the past with a gold symbol from the previous Manitoba Games logo. Today marks the beginning of the Manitoba Games powered by Manitoba Hydro. Ta-da! You'll see there, that is the generic logo, and our next logo is your specific logo for Thompson 2018. Due to the government's by-election coming up here on June 13th, Manitoba Hydro is unable to attend, but I'm sure along the way we can ask them to bring greetings at a later date and time. Right now, it gives me a great pleasure to present Murray and Sandra with a little token, and I ask that Sandra and Murray come up to receive this Games shirt and souvenir. Your Sport Manitoba Committee liaison later on will give you one of these as well. Right now. Right now, you gotta put it on. You gotta put it on. Now you have to hold it. Okay, now you have to.
There you go. Thank you very much.
Why don't you go over here? Right? Come over here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Right on.
Like I said before, the Sport Manitoba liaison for each of your committees, we've got the shirts and a little, I guess, box of mints with the logo on it as well. So just something to celebrate today's logo announcement and look forward to seeing more look and feel for the new logo. Thank you very much.
So huge bonus for our games on the new logo, because all of this older stuff's no good anymore. We're getting all new stuff. It's like, absolutely, it's like moving into a new house. This is gonna be just gold. For free. Speaking of free stuff and cash, Tim Johnson is leading Friends of the Game. Cy Gorgoski is working with him as well. They've made a commitment to raise enough money to make this the best games ever. So if that's 2-3 million, Tim, got it? He's our guy. To explain how that's going to happen and how you can help, here's Tim and Cy.
Thank you very much, Bruce, and welcome everyone. We got to liven up a little bit. This is about sport and it's about games, guys. Come on. Cy and I are heading up Friends of the Games, which is going to be going out and getting people to support what we're going to do, fundraising, and we have a plan. Hey, there you are. This is the plan. Now, I got to tell you 2 stories. I love telling stories. The first story, yesterday, Bruce and I drove around Thompson debating the size of this sign. Okay? We put it on the table. Bruce wanted 3.5. What did you want? 2.3. Where are you?
I wanted 2-3.
2.3, I wanted 3.5. We were both wrong. No one could see it. So, we want you to come up a little bit later on, take a look at how you can invest, more importantly, how you can convince others in this community to invest. So there it is. We've got some takeaway sheets for you as well. Vanna, thank you very much. Can you bring up the next prop, please? So this isn't really the announcement. The announcement follows. Cy and I just want to talk to you a little bit about what we're going to do for Friends of the Games. First off, we've got to introduce who we answer to. Manisha Pandya, Michael Krentz, our co-chairs of finance. Tammy Budnerick is the chair of our area. So they're leading it, and they've told us what to do, and we answer to them, who in turn answer to you two. Now, are you here?
Here again.
There was no drum roll.
Disappointing.
Here it is.
Anticlimactic.
This is what we, as the Thompson 2018 Games Host Society, are going to do. We are going to raise operating $100,000. We're going to raise 75 in capital, and Saya, on her own, by next Thursday, is going to raise $50,000. Oh, not next Thursday. Sorry about that, Saya. Couple quick things. First off, I was told a long time ago by a guy who mentored me into getting involved in fundraising that you never get anywhere unless you're fully invested. And I'll tell you this, when we rolled that sheet out, one of the first persons I spoke to was Mayor Fensky. And I said, Dennis, here's the plan. What do you think? You think we can raise it? And the first thing he said to me was, well, put my company down now. I reaffirmed with him just a little while ago. Tammy actually did it. Anyone in here knows when I say I did it, Tammy did it. Just reaffirmed with Dennis. He is in. His check will be one of the first checks in. So a round of applause for the mayor. He's fully invested. Now, very quietly, I'm going to say that he also said that I had to do it too. So Tammy, Jamie Johnson Ventures is in. Manisha, our accountant, Mike, our banker, we're good on that check. I trust if it clears next week. Now, here's the thing. Bob Wall told me everyone has to be invested. And it's not about how much you give. It's about giving and being involved. So I have more props. Bruce. Where'd they go? The cups.
put them in
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
Okay.
We talked
So,
about this.
check this out. These are from the last Manitoba Games hosted by Thompson, 1994. But they're not just a pretty mug or a pretty cup. They have a purpose tonight. You're going to hear a little bit later on about how this community is going to be challenged to match dollars. And so we're going to start it out. I know it's very easy to say no to me. And many people probably have a lot of reasons to say no. But you cannot say no to Saya Bergoski. So Saya, you're going to start it off. Bruce, you'll take the other one. I don't care what you have in your wallet, but I want you to do this. I want everyone to go into their pocket or their wallet, and I'm going to give you a break. Take out the lowest denomination you have. I don't care if it's a 1, a loonie, a toonie, a 5, Pat, I care it's a 20 for you. But I want everyone to get in. Now I know there's some married couples in the audience today, and I know sometimes that's not fair because well, then you have to contribute. So, I'm just going to say the wife contributes for both of you. Hold on.
The wife picture.
I'm starting to sound like a city council meeting. Let me correct that. The husband pays for both. So Bruce, I've got $20. Tammy, you're off the hook.
Does that mean Murray has to pay for me?
Yeah. So, that's a start. Where is my props? So, I just want to say this. You're not the first ones to give. We've already got contributions, and I want to let you know. Under capital, we've had $12,879.78 by way of a contribution from the Thompson Community Foundation through the Moffat Foundation towards the purchase of bleachers for the Bill Kamaski Wellness Center. So 12 grand of that 75 grand. In terms of fundraising, Saya's got some ideas she's going to share with you, but we also already have some money. We have the former Winterfest Committee has contributed $3,000, can't read my own writing, $594.31. And the Thompson Rotary Club has agreed to provide the proceeds, right, President Sandra, to the Winter Games this year. That means the interdependence meetings are well-tuned, timed, all those things, because we need volunteers to work that role in one. So tomorrow, the volunteer committee needs to get us some volunteers. So that's good news. We're off to the races, or the games, whichever you prefer. But that's not the big news. Saya, did you want to share a couple comments?
The interesting thing about this is they're full.
Excellent. So, before we get to our major announcement, I'm going to ask if Saya has any comments.
Yes, even though Tim does all the talking, as we all know, right? But, you know, it's amazing when you start talking about the games, how people are willing to volunteer. I think the reason is that it's a one-time thing. It's not every week forever. And also, the drama club has already supported us. They're going to give half of the proceeds this year when they do their play. We've talked about seniors and kids doing a project together, so that's kind of starting to come too. There's probably going to be kind of like an old-fashioned picnic with three-legged races and stuff, that checkers and, you know, all these kind of things that we used to do in the olden days. And we're going to make that a family barbecue type thing to promote that the games are coming. Because I think that's one of my jobs, isn't it?
Absolutely.
That's what I thought. So now I'm turning it back to Tim.
Okay, so no one says I didn't pay, I am paying.
Oh, good. No Canadian Tire money, Tim.
So, when we found out we were hosting the games, and we sat down and we took a look at the budget. We knew we had a challenge ahead of us to get to those numbers. And so we worked with Sport Manitoba, and we've introduced the Friends of the Games friendship options. Now, not to steal any thunder, but you'll see the variety of options that people can support the games, and this is pretty much what previous games have done. Bruce, I've made some commitments on behalf of your committee on this because we have to give some things back. But the one difference you're going to notice on this sign is on the extreme right. Most games don't have nickel sponsors. Thompson is about nickel, and we have a nickel sponsor. One of the first people I spoke to when it was announced we had the games was Mark Scott. And I said, Mark, we're going to have to raise some dollars. We're going to need some support, both with some cash and some in-kind. We had a few conversations about it. He said, get me something. We got him something in writing. He sat down with his management team here. They had some conversations with Sudbury, Toronto, and at the end of the day, these guys were in like nothing. And not nothing, like it didn't take much to get them in. They're in for something. And I don't want to underplay this because VALE has been a phenomenal supporter of this community from day one. And my line was going to be that the facilities that you're going to host the games in, that we're hosting the games in, were largely made possible because of VALE. VALE was the single largest contributor by way of $3 million to the VALE Regional Community Center. So Mark, once again, thank you for that contribution. When I actually thought about that, I said, hold on, it's not just that facility. Every facility that the games are going to be hosted in will be in a VALE or an INCO supported because all the schools were actually built originally by INCO. So they continue their support. At this time, I want to call up Mark Scott, who is, and I can't get this wrong, although I think I lost my card, Vice President, VALE, Canada Limited, Head of Manitoba Operations. Mark.
I think this might work for my height, Bruce. Thanks, Tim. We're very happy to be here tonight, and even though our operations here in Thompson and our community continue to be in the midst of challenging times, we see the games as an event, a significant opportunity for us to invest in our community. We want to do our share to ensure that these games are an economic success and that they generate the needed economic benefit to the community in 2018 while leaving a lasting legacy for the future. And we challenge other businesses to get involved from throughout the region to do the same. This event will remind us and will remind the whole province of Manitoba that we in Thompson and the region when we come together for a shared purpose, that we are resilient, we're diverse, and we're a dynamic community here in the heart of the Northern Boreal region. In addition to the financial contribution we're happy to make at the highest nickel level, the cash contribution at the nickel level on the board you see behind me, we will provide additional in-kind support to offset some of the operational costs of running the games up to that same level again. Further, we're developing a strategy to support and encourage the meaningful engagement of our employees as volunteers for the games. We will announce that program, the details of it, as we finish those details off in the coming weeks. I do feel compelled to point out that our support for the games is not completely unconditional, as Tim mentioned or as hinted at. We are very happy to provide this contribution on the condition that it be leveraged to attract multiples of matching contributions from other businesses, organizations, and individuals in the region. We're also happy to provide this contribution on the condition that 100% of the money be spent locally for the capital funding on items of lasting value for our community. The Manitoba Winter Games will demonstrate our resilience, our resolve, and our commitment to the safety and success for all involved in the Games. Our partnership is an investment in our community and in our youth. We know that all the sponsors, volunteers, organizers, athletes, coaches, and parents will work together to deliver Manitoba Games that we can all be very proud of. We strongly encourage all of our employees and all Thompsonites to get involved in this major event. Having participated in the 2010 Games in Portage myself as a coach, I know firsthand what a special event it is and the positive impact that the experience can have on the lives of the young people who participate. So, to the Games, Welcome. Thank you for coming up to show the new logo off. It looks great today. And we're happy to welcome the province to Thompson and to the Manitoba Games in 2018, the epicenter of which, of course, will be the VALE Regional Community Centre here in town. So thanks to Sport Manitoba for bringing the games, the many other sponsors for their support, those who are on board already and those who will come over the coming weeks and months, all the organizers, volunteers, Murray, Sandra, Tim, and your respective committees and subcommittees for all of the effort that you're putting in. Good luck. We know it's going to be successful games. We know it's going to be a great uplifting time in a number of ways for a community that could surely use it right now. So thank you very much. We couldn't be happier to be a part and to be a part of this and to be on board. Thanks.
You got it.
You got me too. It's a miracle there is anything in there. I don't know how my kids missed that money, especially at 20. Never seen it before. Just before we wrap things up on this, Tim wanted me to give one more quick shout out. Kaylee Zimmerman sitting over in the corner trying to hide out, put these signs together on like zero notice. So if any of you have ever worked with Tim before, lots of ideas. Sometimes they don't come in a timely fashion, and she spent a lot of time getting this together, and it looks awesome. So shout out to her. I mean, you get it done. Usually. I know, she got that put on there between, anyway. So that's it for sort of the business portion of our night. You guys can't leave, you guys can. What we're gonna do is just take a 5-minute break to get reset here, and then we'll get on with the rest of the night. There's some snacks and stuff over there if you feel like you need one little energy, and